Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Marcia Barker.
Back with another review for you guys, and today we are going to be doing another TV review, getting back to a series that we talk about a lot on this channel, American Horror Story. And a lot of you guys have been asking, what was our opinion on the first episode?
Yeah.
And here we are, just about a full week after the first episode aired, and we are here to talk about it.
Yeah, about it.
So we'll do it like usual, our overall thoughts, and then our thoughts on the story, the acting, the effects, all that good stuff. And my overall thoughts is, I will say this. I'm both more intrigued and less intrigued than in past seasons.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is, I'm more intrigued... Well, no, I'll say I'm less intrigued because it seems like there is less of... a specific story to tell when it's set nowadays rather than when it's set in a period. It seems like in the last seasons, like, they have a specific story to tell because it's set here and it needs to end in this time frame and all this stuff. This feels a little more open-ended, which I guess is what leads it to the positive aspect of it, in that I have no idea what we're going to get out of this season, outside of the fact that it's going to be a group of clowns terrorizing people. Anything could happen, and it would fit, because it seems like it's just, here's a current-day American Horror Story that seems bent on the election, but that's just about all we know after the first episode.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I don't have a complete formed opinion yet, and that's because I need a little bit more. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm digging it, because it is so different from what they've done before. Not just because Evan Peters is definitely prominent in this one.
Yeah, for sure.
And totally going Clockwork Orange on everybody, which is fun because that's one of my favorite movies. But
I've never seen it.
Because it's super crazy and out there and psycho.
I liked his standing up to Congress, or that moment.
The city
council.
Yeah, the town hall. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. But yeah, and it got the little Purge feel from it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued, and it's interesting that we've only really been introduced to 2 of our normal cast members,
right? Which
is really interesting.
Well, no, we met there's one that was in Hotel. He was the guy that the short-haired guy. He was the the son, I think, in Hotel of Kathy Bates' character.
You're talking about the psychiatrist,
right?
Yeah, you're right. There is him. That's 3. So, and I like the idea that that
psychiatrist scene was good too.
Yeah, I like the idea that they're feeding off of the fear that America's going through right now.
It's a good segue into the story, actually. So this whole episode, I'm not going to say season, because the season was originally going to, when we first covered it in the news, Ryan Murphy had said it's going to be around election. And then all of the promo materials came out, and there was prominently clowns. And this episode pretty much said that it's going to be about both.
Yeah.
It starts off with...
Or is it?
It starts off with a bunch of clips of the election, and when Hillary and Trump both started to run, and highlights of their fight back and forth, ultimately ending with Trump winning. And you see 2 groups of people, which is probably why you thought it was only 2 of the returning cast members, because it's Evan Peters watching quietly by himself with blue hair, hoping, and then it's Sarah Paulson, who is playing one of a part of a lesbian couple who has adopted a son under the new regime.
They didn't adopt him.
They haven't adopted him?
No, one was.
One's his legitimate mother. Yeah. Okay, I didn't.
We
pick
don't know
up on
which
that.
one.
Really? Okay, yeah. I would think it's the other one, not Sarah Paulson.
I don't know, because he's got some issues.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay. Yeah, I get your point. By the end, we did realize. Well, but does he?
Does he?
Because then we see Evan Peters. Those people are dressed as and
there's a connection. There's a lot going on. We don't know what it is yet.
Well, that goes towards interest in the show. I think the fact that we're so intrigued after just one episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sarah Paulson plays one of a lesbian couple with a son that they're trying to raise, and they have people over. I'm guessing a bunch of liberals who are
Neighbors,
there.
Yeah.
Neighbors.
Who are in the town hall.
Exactly. Yeah, one of them's on the city council that gets ties into things later on.
Yeah.
And they see Trump get elected, and Evan Peters has a completely different reaction from Sarah Paulson. Sarah Paulson has a breakdown, essentially, and Evan Peters has a break up, I would say, because he's super happy and humping the TV and like yelling freedom like he's William Wallace.
Yeah.
And
I liked how they did that, because they're showing the two extremes, because this election and still is such a huge split for
divisive
our current country. That you saw the extreme for both sides, and now we're going to see them play against or with each other, and what that means. And
the problem is, it seems like it's kind of slanted towards the liberal side already.
For now.
So I know, but that's the thing. That's what I'm wondering.
That's what I'm wondering.
How's it going to go?
I was super annoyed with the liberals, and then
were you? Who?
Sarah Paulson.
You thought she was frustrating?
Way over the top.
Because she essentially, after Trump gets elected, her character starts having regular panic attacks.
She can't handle.
She can't handle this new regime, this new America, and I felt the same way as you. I was like, bitch, just toughen up for 4 years. Some of her friends even say, it's only 4 years. We just got to get through the 4 years. And like, she's having these freakouts, and apparently it's triggering her old phobias, which is actually a good segue into something that I was a huge, huge fan of.
Yeah, and it was crazy how it was really like almost shot for shot from like the
kind of. It was pretty close. Yeah,
the Twisty season. Yeah,
yeah. It was. It was close to shot for shot remake of the opening scene of American Horror Story Freak Show when we got introduced to Twisty the Clown. It's this couple making out in the woods. And they're even talking about, like, the guy's like, this reminds me of the story of Twisty. This is a very 80s homage, because there were even characters in the 80s going like, you hear about Jason Voorhees as they're like getting naked and doing it. So that's what's happening. They're talking about Twisty the Clown, and then Twisty the Clown shows up, and they don't show him at first. They show parts of him.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, it's going to be like a copycat. And then no, it's Twisty the Clown, and it's John Carroll Lynch reprising his role. And not only that, but he takes out the pin and he beats the dude to death with a pin, and then he grabs the pins and throws them out of his bag and then pulls the shears out. Again, all Twisty all the time. Like, it's a throwback to everything he used. He stabs the dude with his shears, chases the girl down, who hides in his lair of a mini school bus.
And where the cage was before.
Right, yep, from the last season, exactly. Or Freak Show.
Yeah.
And so she hides, her cell phone gives her away in proper horror movie fashion. And then he finds her and grabs her, and the police answer the phone, and of course he picks up the phone and he pulls his mask off, revealing his whole fucked up missing jaw, and he's like, wrong number.
Yeah.
And then it like cell animates him, and it pulls out, and it's actually a comic book that the kid is reading.
Yeah.
And they did just release a Twisty motion comic book that we were going to react to, that we unfortunately won't have time to today, but maybe I'll save it for next Saturday so you can react to it as well. But it was just such a clever use of Twisty, and no, he's not back. He's not going to be in the season. This was just the kid's imagination as he read the comic, which, if that's all I get, then that's fine. I'm happy with that throwback to Twisty.
Yeah.
I wish he was around more.
They could pull him back again. You never know. You don't know what this season's going to do.
I hope this ghost shows up at some point.
Yeah, it's just really interesting, and I kind of like how this is going, because to me, Evan Peters is creating a cult that is based off of fear.
Yep.
And he's
hence American Horror Story cult.
Going to terrorize everyone.
Right.
And I like how his liberal friend, or sister, whoever she is to him, he's all like, well, now you're on my side.
Billy Laird, right? From Scream Queens.
Yeah, is that who she is? Oh, okay.
She's from Scream Queens.
Yeah, so, and then her coming in and looping in and being the babysitter for Sarah Paulson and her wife and the son. And
what's her role? We don't entirely know.
No, but she's just like, here, you want to look at some fucked up shit?
Oh yeah, she's showing the kid the dark web and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of questions that have yet to be answered, and I'm intrigued to find out the answers, I gotta say. I don't know if it's meant to be 10 episodes like Roanoke or 13 like the past seasons.
I don't know.
I'd have to look into that.
Yeah,
My guess would be 10 again.
I just haven't, and it's interesting because I did everything I could to not know anything about this season because I wanted to go in with fresh eyes. And the first, after watching the first episode, I had shut it off and I'm like, I gotta think about this for a second. Like, I'm not sure how I feel, but the more I thought about it and like just really mulling it over, I'm like, I'm digging it. I want to see where they're gonna go with this. I'm giving it a chance, and I thought people's reactions were interesting too because there were people that are immediately like, oh, they're talking about Trump and all this. I don't want to watch it, and I'm like, okay. Or, or they're like, I'm intrigued. They don't really necessarily love it, but they're like,
that's us. That's where we are.
Yeah.
And then there's people that love it, though. There are people that love it. I've seen a few people that say, I really like this season. I really like what they're hitting, and like. Yeah. But those people, a lot of those people are people that like talking about politics. So the fact that one of their favorite shows is addressing it head on, they probably do enjoy that. Although I don't know
how politicky. It's
I'd be concerned about those people because if they're liking it, are they liking the liberal side or are they liking the Trump side? Because the Trump side seems to be portrayed as murderous psychopaths right now. So I don't know how much of a favor they're doing. Is it
necessarily about Trump, or is it more just about the fear aspect that's going on? Because he even says, he's like, are you watching what's going on in the world? It's not just here. It's also in Europe and everywhere else where everybody's shutting their doors and building their walls and keeping everybody out because of fear. Right. To control people. Yep.
Fear is the number one motivator in today's day and age, is what his point is.
Yeah. And he's like, you want to control people? It's going to be with fear. Let's do it. Let them all get burned.
The city council re-encapsulated it really well because I was struggling to understand him. He was going with big words all over the place.
What did you think about his Trump impression?
Oh, the very brief bit of it that we got where he was, oh God, when he had the Cheeto face.
Cheeto face!
Oh, Cheeto face was that looked so
he's so creepy.
That was good.
He is
I gotta say.
So good. He's like so good at being
He's letting it all hang out this season.
He's all like, you know what? I'm stepping it up. Get to be that creeper again, and I am hitting every fucking beat I can to make myself so unnerving. And it was so good.
I think he's going to be successful at it.
Oh yeah, he's really good.
But I'm interested to find out, so they specifically singled her out and were messing with her with the grocery store. You would think.
Maybe.
You think it's really in her head?
I don't know. And because it seems
because they're messing with the kid too. Then
and that's why I think her fears, because she already said my fears are already affecting my family. Yeah. So he might.
He's unhinged as well.
Yeah, I don't really know. Because
that's a good place to be at this level.
They went back and reviewed the cameras, and they said there was nothing on the cameras. Yeah. So either they went back and erased the cameras, or she's just nutballs. I don't know.
That's at the very least we can say that there's a lot of burning questions after watching this premiere. Yep. And I'm on board. We'll keep watching for sure, and I don't know that we'll do a review every week. Maybe we'll do a first episode, midway point, and end point.
Makes sense.
That might be the best way to do it, especially if it's only 10 episodes. Yeah. So expect it that way, you guys. But yeah, overall, I'm on board. I was on board for Roanoke. You're more on board for this than you were for Roanoke, right?
No, I was.
You liked Roanoke. No, Roanoke you liked a lot.
I love Roanoke. Roanoke is probably one of my top. I think it goes Murder House, Roanoke, and then that's where I am.
So far, where do you place it in your expectations?
And I don't know.
You just can't even make a guess.
I don't even know. Right. I mean, I don't think it's going to top Roanoke at this point because I really liked Roanoke. Or Murder House. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely going to be better than The Coven.
Wow. Jeez. All right, we're all over the place. I'm not the biggest fan of Coven. I think it'll be better than that. I hope it's better than the back half of Freak Show. Maybe not the first half, because again, Twisty is just so amazing. But That's why I love this episode, is because we got to see Twisty again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the only reason, but it's a big reason. So, yeah, we enjoyed it, you guys. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of the Season 7 premiere of American Horror Story, which is Cult this season.
Yeah.
So, I'd be interested to hear your opinions on this one. I imagine they run the gamut, which is good, because... you know, that sort of thing breeds discussion.
Yeah, it keeps the conversation going, and it's okay to have an opinion. You don't have to like every season. I think I said that to Rose yesterday. I was like, you know what? You don't have to like every season. I know I don't like every season, but I'm gonna give it a shot because I love the series. Every season's a different setup, you know. Yeah, it's not every season's gonna be for everybody, but give it a try because they'll surprise you.
Yeah, they do.
There's always those gem, even on the seasons that I didn't really like. There's those gem episodes that I'm glad I watched.
I always look forward to the Halloween 2-parter.
Yeah,
that is always fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, like I said, let us know in the comments down below what you thought. Also, make sure to subscribe to us if you haven't yet and you enjoyed this video. You can click that like button and also click the bell if you are subscribed to make sure you get notifications whenever we do a new episode, which, as of right now, we do 2 episodes a day, sometimes more. And we just did a whole week's worth of It coverage. We're actually still have 2 days left. Tomorrow, we're doing a live viewer call-in. We'll put up an instructional video on Tuesday on how to join in on that. But that's going to be happening at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time after Fuego and I do the news live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Wednesday, we're doing a review of the It fan comics. So lots of It coverage this past week, and then we'll get back to the normal horror stuff. But until then, thanks very much, and remember, stay scared.